Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Level 3, Empower B1, Unit 2A. Today, we are going to talk about travel and tourism. Afterwards, we will be able to talk about past holidays, describe difficult journeys, and ask for information in a public place. Let's look at the picture at the beginning of this unit. These people are on a holiday. They are riding camels. They are in the desert. Look at this woman. She looks very happy and excited. But this boy looks very scared. Maybe he's scared of the camel. This is an unusual holiday, but it's also exciting and a bit dangerous. Let's look at the next page. We had an adventure. In this part, we will talk about past holidays and adventures. But first, let's learn some vocabulary. Completely. This is an adverb, and it means as much as possible. I completely forgot that you were coming. This picture shows a battery that is completely full. Experience. This can be a noun or it can be a verb. For the noun, it means knowledge that you get from doing something or seeing something or something that happens to you. For the verb, it means to feel an emotion or some kind of feeling. Do you have any experience working with children? Is this a noun or a verb? Here, it is a noun. Are you experiencing any pain? This is a verb, and you can tell because of this ing here. Flight. This is a noun, and it means a journey on an airplane. My flight to Japan was 22 hours long. Travel agent. This is a noun. We don't see a lot of travel agents anymore these days, but it means someone whose job is to make travel arrangements for people. An example is, I booked my trip to Italy with a travel agent. Trip. This is a noun. It means a journey where you visit a place for a short time and then come back. You can go on a trip, take a trip, and make a trip. We might take a trip to Spain later in the summer. Accommodation. This is a noun, and it's a place where you live or stay. Usually, it's for a short time. The price includes travel and accommodation. Suitcase. This is a case, usually with a handle, that you use to carry clothes when you are traveling. I need to pack my suitcase before our trip to Paris. So, you can pack a suitcase, which means to put clothes into the suitcase, or you can unpack a suitcase. And that means you take clothes out of the suitcase. Adventure. This is a noun, and it's an exciting and sometimes dangerous experience. It's a film about the adventures of two friends traveling across Africa. And you can have an adventure, and you can go on an adventure. Okay, let's return to the book. We will now learn about the past simple. Here is a video that you can watch that will help you.
In this unit, you studied regular and irregular forms of the past simple. Let's look at them again. Laura tells her friend Alex about her holiday in Japan. Listen to their conversation.
We stayed in Tokyo. I ate lots of sushi. Then we travelled around for a few days.
Did you go to Mount Fuji?
Yes, we did. We took a bus there. It was beautiful.
I didn't visit Mount Fuji when I went to Japan last year.
Laura uses the past simple to tell Alex about her holiday. She says, she stayed in Tokyo, she ate sushi, she travelled around, and she took a bus. Alex talks about things that happened and didn't happen on his holiday. He went to Japan, but he didn't visit Mount Fuji. Didn't visit is the past simple negative. Alex says, when I went to Japan last year, we often say when something happened with the past simple. We can use past time expressions with last or ago. Let's look at the past simple in its different forms. We use the auxiliary verb did to make negatives and questions. The main verb is an infinitive. We never say they didn't worked. Look at how we spell verbs in the past simple. Regular past simple verbs end in ed. The spelling of some regular verbs is different. Other past simple verbs are irregular. They don't have ed endings. For example, the past simple form of go is went, and the past of have is had. When you are ready, go to the activity. Is the grammar correct? Choose yes or no.
Okay, let's do these sentences. Pedro cried when he left Spain. Now, it is true that cried has an ed at the end, but with this y, you need to change it to an I. So this sentence is not correct. Makiko studied English 2 years ago. Study is spelled with a Y. and we replaced it with an IED. So yes, this is correct. I stopped smoking last year. Now, with certain words that have a vowel, which is A, E, I, O, or U, and a letter that is not a vowel, you always double this and add ED. So this sentence is correct. We didn't brought any food to the beach. It's good that we use didn't, but because of that, we don't need the past of bring. Because we have did, that is already in the past, so we can just write the normal verb for it. So this sentence is not correct.
That's correct. We say, Pedro cried when he left Spain, with IED, and we didn't bring any food to the beach. That's it. Remember, you can come back and use this language check again at any time if you want to revise the past simple.
Okay, now we will go back to 2A on page 18. And for this part, in part 2, we need to find the past forms of these verbs, and they are all written in here. So for example, the first one is become. The past of that word is became. So we need to look and find the word became. There it is. Became. Now you can do it for the other words in the box. And here are the answers. Also, it might be helpful if you look at a list on page 176, and it shows all of the irregular verbs. For example, become is became, that is irregular. Feel is felt, that is irregular. This will help you learn some of the irregular verbs, the most common ones. For part C, we need to take these words here, and we need to put them in the past here. So the first one is I, as a waiter for a day, for no money. So what is the past of work? It is worked. 2, I, a day fishing with 5 Greek fishermen. Spend is also an irregular verb, so you should check on page 176 for how to change this word. So the past of spend is spent. Now, you can go ahead and finish the rest of them in part C. And here are the answers. Now we will do some more practice with the grammar. We are going to go to page 144. Okay. On this top part of the page, it shows you a couple of helpful charts, and when we talk about past simple and when we use past simple, it's similar to the video that we watched earlier.